Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Lucky week 13 it is. Everyone hoping for a little good fortune this time around as we enter the home stretch of the regular season. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the gun, it's Daniels. He put everything he had into this one. Brought in inside the 20. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a 6-0 lead right away. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
The Chiefs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Starting from the 5. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Launches one deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Back to throw now. Pass hauled in by the rookie from Miami. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Running in the red zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
A 4-yard loss on the play. 2nd and goal at the Chiefs' 5-yard line.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Pass play coming here. Dumped off to his running back. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned. That's 6 in the end.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Offense up to the line fast. 2nd and 8. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what it feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. For that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40. Give now to the running back. This is ahead for about 5. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here's 2nd and 5. That's complete. David Njoku. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. David Njoku, the guy he was looking for. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Daniels. Has the connection to Odunze. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. Running this one left, and they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Chiefs break the tie here in the 1st. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. The Chiefs get lined up, and they will kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Hits his running back. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll throw on first. That one falls incomplete. Couldn't make the connection deep downfield. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up second down. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's a pickup of 11. And the Falcons will have a first. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Neither side separating much so far. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Completed to his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 34. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, Brock, they could have gone run to set up 3rd and short, or they could air it out and try for more. They picked the latter, and the coverage was ready for it.
Sure was, Kate, and this is why playing this position, you've got to have a short memory. You must flush it. I love the decision to be aggressive. I always fall on that side of the coin, but when you throw a pick in that situation, such a manageable 2nd down, well, you got to learn from it, move on, and certainly flush it away.
From the 25 on 2nd down. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and do some serious damage.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick-6 as it's sent away. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Up to the races, middle of the field. Hits the 20. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs need only one to take the lead. They'll try this extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7. The Chiefs get lined up and they will kick this away. This return starts at the 5. And he doesn't make it far at all. They bottle up that return immediately.
Well, that's a case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, The coverage team sticks it with a really long field ahead.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's going to go out of bounds up past the 15.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front had to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the...
They connect on the deep shot. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Ken, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he drives this forward to the 6. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Pass play now. Intercepted in the end zone.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice. Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant, because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
3rd and long for Daniels. He's loaded another one up. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That one intended for Brandon Ayuk. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Ball taken in at the 36. And it gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. Looks like he might break it for a minute, but still a good 14 yards on the return. And the Falcons will take over. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Complete over the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable, and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Throwing now off play action. As the open man downfield. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. That one right down the middle. And the Falcons tie this game at 21. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Starting from the 5. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now a give left side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Second and 13. Gets everything he has under this throw. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Daniels now. He's trying another one deep. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Falcons get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Play action on first down. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Finds a man right side. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get some late points and the lead. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Has his man, it's a Dunze. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And it'll be first down, Kansas City. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Blown back, it's the handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. Play fake here, Daniels. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Third and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Throwing this back in the end zone. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs earn the chance to tie it before halftime. It's a Roma Dunze touchdown. Setting up to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs tie us up 28-all. The Chiefs get lined up and they will kick this away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. There's 35 seconds to go in the half as they are ready to begin their drive. Pass play on 1st and 10. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Chiefs take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie, right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he's brought down for a loss. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Searches from the pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Taking a big shot for the end zone. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Woo, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And that brings up 4th and long. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
The wind was at a sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
Kickoff taken at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. He's back to throw. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. He's got it inside the 10. And somehow they reach the end zone with no time remaining in the half. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3. Throwing from the gun. It's taken in by Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They're going play action. He's got it over the middle. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And Kansas City going to the dime look on 3rd down. We've got 6 DBs out there. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Offense in the hurry up here. He'll throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive. He has it on the QB sneak. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Falcons grow the lead coming out of halftime. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to see those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons drive their lead to 11. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. That one complete to Njoku. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 2nd and 3. Escapes the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Got a man. It's Njoku. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. Plowing up the middle. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Daniels back to throw. He brings it in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
The Chiefs offense staying on the field. They're going to try for two.
The Chiefs will set up for the two-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And the two-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Second and 10 now. Ball to the left side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Looking for a throw here. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line.
No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Throw left side, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They'll send him over right. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. They did it! He made the interception! And the Chiefs have some new life in the 4th. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Daniels now. Get him yet again. Cooper to Gene in to pick it off. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. throw played right into what the defense was anticipating, Brock, and they make it hurt that much worse by taking the turnover back for 6.
Hey, I'm all for these great group celebrations, and, you know, I'm not Captain No Fun, but one of these times I'd like to see that player run that football over to the D coordinator who predicted that play was coming and really made the right call to create that opportunity.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons push the lead up to 12. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Return starts at the 3. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they are just a hop and a skip away from midfield as he goes out of bounds up beyond the 45.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. This one intended for the running back. So that brings up 4th and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Oh, my. It's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Brought in right side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll run here from the gun. Good running here. He's across the 15. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons have likely locked up the win right there. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
That is tremendous defense. First and foremost, you got to defend against the run on this short of a field. To do that and adapt in time to force an incompletion, boy, that is a huge win for the defense.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And not a bad place for them to start, up past the 30-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Daniels on first down. Taken in by Noah Fant. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He's trying to push the field. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
On the move, headed right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throw.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Falcons take over on his 5th interception of the season.
I don't know how many you could have next to you, Kate, that have been in this spot before, okay? I have thrown 5 interceptions in the game. It happened to be our rivalry game back in college. It was one of the most humbling, horrific experiences of my life. Please, Coach, take this player out. We do not need to see another interception added to his ledger.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. They'll try and throw it here. And they pick him off again. And the Chiefs are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses.
Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Trevin Wallace has it. And the Falcons take over on an interception by the reigning Defensive Player of the Year.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Trying for the deep. He's got it inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
32 yards. That's good. Falcons.
From the red zone now. Touchdown, Atlanta. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Throwing now from the gun. And that one's caught. Add a couple more on to this massive, some might say insurmountable lead here in the fourth. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That one intended for Brandon Ayuk. And it's going to be 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Taking a deep shot here. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Cooper to Jean in to pick it up. And the Falcons have it once again after yet another interception.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He was a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Looking right, and he finds him. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons getting closer to their 10th win of the season. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons grow their lead yet again. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Daniels off the play action. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Cooper to Jean in to pick it up. And the Falcons get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
They'll run here on 1st down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of the game brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They send a man in motion. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Got a man. It's Thomas. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
To the air, 3rd and long. He's on the move. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Oh no, they get him yet again. Cooper to Jean in to pick it off. And the Falcons take over on his 5th interception of the season. Oh, man, Brock, somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
This one's caught. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Oh, nearly got to the end zone there.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times. So the Falcons defend their building and take the win at home.